Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be talking about my so far experience with Oral Minoxidil. Some people have been requesting this update, and although it's very short amount of time that I've been on this drug, it's been exactly 2 weeks today. Nonetheless, some people are curious if I'm experiencing any side effects, because that's the biggest, stigma going around Oral Minoxidil. So let's discuss. If you haven't watched my previous video on Oral Minoxidil, when I started it, how I'm starting, what dose, why it's certain dose, what I'm planning to do, etc., go ahead, check out this video. And if you're new here, I suggest to subscribe to the channel, because I'm posting quite a lot of useful information, not just about the hair loss drugs like Oral Minoxidil, and I'm also sharing my second hair transplant journey along with many useful tips. So if you are planning to have a hair transplant at some point, you can ask any person that is already subscribed and watching my videos. It's a must. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks of 1.25 milligram a day of Oral Minoxidil Loniten tablets. I'm quartering 5 milligram tablets on a daily basis, and I'm taking it every single morning alongside my finasteride on an empty stomach. Some people have been advising me to invest into like a pill cutter to ease out the cutting process of, Oral Minoxidil tablets basically. An interesting thing is that I actually had a pill cutter, but I gave to a friend of mine, so yeah. I took my pill cutter back, and this is how I'm cutting it right now. So if you are finding yourself cutting the pills with a knife, definitely worth investing, a couple of bucks on some good quality sharp knife container. It's worth investing into it. So yeah, like I said, it's been really short amount of time really to even say anything. It's been only 2 weeks. I understand some people experience side effects pretty soon after they start the treatment, like within days even. For example, heart palpitations. And for me, to be honest, it's been so far absolutely nothing. I feel no different than I felt before I started this drug. Nonetheless, what I've been doing so far, I've been checking my blood pressure quite often. So I did a couple of measurements before I started the treatment, and in the next few days when I started the drug, I was measuring my blood pressure a few times a day, just to kind of see if there's any difference in the morning, in the evening, even when I was consuming, for example, some alcohol, to see if it's changing anything. And to be honest, I didn't find any really difference, exactly the same within normal ranges. Personally, I was worried about few things before I started the Oral Minoxidil, and first of all is the drug interaction together with simple coffee, for example, because Oral Minoxidil is lowering the blood pressure, and coffee is obviously increasing it. And since I'm taking Oral Minoxidil first thing in the morning on an empty stomach together with my oral finasteride, and then pretty much immediately afterwards I'm having my morning coffee. So I was, thinking how well this is gonna work. I really don't feel like I changed or added anything on my regimen. Feels absolutely the same. So that's great news. And another thing that I was actually wondering personally, how the drug can interact with the gym. And funny enough, I just started the gym after my transplant on this very same day when I started Oral Minoxidil. And usually when I'm going to the gym, I'm using a pre-workout. And of course, it's worth mentioning, my pre-workout does not contain any caffeine in it, so it's like a stimulant free basically. It has only standard things like betaine, beta-alanine, creatine obviously, BCAAs, L-carnitine, things like that. And also I'm using L-arginine. I've been using it for a couple of months just to see how it works, and I feel like I'm a bit stronger, if it makes sense. I don't know, it might be placebo, but I really feel like just when I started this is gives me slightly more energy to give this extra rep. Anyways, I was mainly worried about L-arginine because it's known to kind of lower the blood pressure a little bit as well, because it kind of relaxes your veins. It's like a vasodilator basically, which Oral Minoxidil is as well. So I was thinking if they're gonna again interact in some bad way together, but again I really didn't experience anything really. And it might be due to a couple of reasons. First of all, it might be due to low dose. I'm taking 1.25 milligram of Oral Minoxidil, and it's considered really low. Most of the hair transplant surgeons that I know, they are prescribing a 5 milligram a day. And the second reason might be because I'm taking it early in the morning while I'm going to the gym pretty much in the evening, like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Oral Minoxidil half-life is only about 6 hours, unlike topical, which stays on your scalp are about 22 hours. This is one of the reasons why some, dermatologists or doctors, hair transplant doctors, they're prescribing 0.625 milligram of Oral Minoxidil twice a day, morning and evening. So together in the whole day, they're getting whatever I'm getting basically with single dose. Again, it's a little bit controversial topic. There's so many different, you know, opinions, like just like with everything in medicine, basically every single doctor has his own opinion on something. I don't experience any heart palpitations at any point during the day, like, you know, when I'm resting or when I'm working out. Yeah, there's no problems with that. I didn't experience any extra body growth, but again, it might be a little bit too early. Although I suspect that my beard hair started to grow a little bit faster. Of course, I don't have much beard, but I still have got quite a, you know, some hair here and there, especially on my neck. And I just feel like it just grows a little bit faster. I need to shave it like more often. If I would shave yesterday evening, the very next like middle of the day, it's already pretty visible, which did not happen in the past. I don't know, maybe I didn't really notice this, but that's so far what I feel. So yeah, I guess when I said I didn't experience anything, I lied to you. And some people even ask me why in the world I'm even taking oral minoxidil. Like, I got 2 transplants, 6,500 grafts. I covered basically the whole top, all my, you know, thinning area, and I'm on finasteride that works well. Why would I need it? And the answer is really simple, actually. There are a couple of places on my scalp that have not been covered with hair transplant that still have some miniaturization. So for example, my mid to lower crown. So I'm Norwood 5A, but I've got possibility to go into Norwood 6. There are some hairs in like my mid to lower crown that are slowly miniaturizing. The crown is extremely strong right now, and I think finasteride does an amazing job so far to keeping it, but there are some hairs that could use some boost. And if you're still watching this video and you haven't subscribed, give me a solid, hit that subscribe button. It's not just gonna help me, it's gonna help you as well to stay tuned on the latest best practices when it comes to hair transplant, because I'm really diligent with my research and I love sharing this info with you guys. And as well to stay tuned on my second hair transplant along with oral minoxidil journey. So if you're looking forward to this content, make sure to subscribe. If we're looking from a top view on my basically scalp, you're gonna see here, that's where the recipient area stops of the transplant, and there are like this top mid crown, let's say, where there is still looks like there is some, you know, thinning. Of course, I literally did this picture in front of the, you know, window, harsh light and everything, so of course it's gonna be thinner than this, but there's clear thinning going on. When the hair is a little bit longer, it looks absolutely perfect. There's literally no problems with that, but nonetheless there is a lot of thinning going on. And to be honest, it was looking much worse 1 year ago than it is right now, so meaning finasteride kind of helped and bring back a lot of this hair and made them stronger as well, so that's a great news. And that's one of the areas where I'm hoping for oral minoxidil to kind of, you know, thicken up. Last year on my first transplant, he was thinking of on the second surgery to touch this area, but this time around he said like it looks really good. I don't really need to touch it, at least not right now. And yeah, hence why we didn't do anything. But this area would definitely use some boost from oral minoxidil. And not to mention mid-scalp itself, I had a lot of miniaturized hair in my mid-scalp as well, which yeah, could again use some boost. I took this picture just now with the flashlight, so again it's super harsh and everything, but nonetheless, if you look at the, so there you go, that's like the end of recipient area, and that's the like the wall and everything. There's a lot of hair in there. For some reason, I don't know why, by the way, for some reason in the very middle of the wall, the hair looks like they just start growing. I feel like they shed recently. Like there is a lot, or maybe this is just a new growth, I don't know. My crown, my wall never looked really that bad, so whenever it's growing a little bit longer, it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with what I've got. But all of this new hair, you see there's so much new hair growth all around, here, there. It feels like it's either new growth or the hair just shed. Maybe because of the surgery, surrounding trauma, you know. So I'm gonna be looking at this specific area. As you can see in this area, there's so much hair, but there is quite a lot of miniaturized hair going lower here to the crown as well. There is a lot of hairs, but there is a lot of miniaturization. So yeah, my pattern is Norwood 5, which is ending here, but we can kind of see the outline of Norwood 6, where the crown dips a bit lower. And again, according to my family history, it's possible, especially if I wouldn't do anything, I would definitely be Norwood 6. So again, this area could potentially thicken up with oral minoxidil as well. And another area, of course, is the temple point. So, of course, I had some transplanted grafts in there, but it was not really much. It was like only like 100 grafts roughly in each area. Pretty much 100 hairs because it was mainly like single hair grafts in there. To create this more structured look and fill in a little bit. As you can see here, quite a lot of this, you know, thinner hairs that could really use, you know, a boost. So yeah, these are some areas I'm gonna be mainly focusing on while tracking the progress of oral minoxidil. I have no doubt it's gonna be effective. I know what to expect from topical minoxidil because I was on it for 1 year before my first transplant, and it did work, and it worked pretty well, to be honest. Not as great as some people I've seen online, but nonetheless, I am somewhat a responder. So knowing that oral minoxidil is going to deliver and it basically works 100% of the time, unlike scalp, because some people don't have enough sulfur transferase enzymes on their scalp to transfer to convert minoxidil into its active form minoxidil sulfide. In terms of dose, I'm still planning to stay on 1.25 milligram for the next 2 weeks. So it's gonna be altogether 4 weeks, which is 1 month. And then reassess. So far, like I said, I didn't experience any bad side effects that I know of. It's time maybe to up the dose, but I decided to stay for 1 month, and then I will increase to 2.5 milligram per day. So I'm gonna be taking it once a day, half a pill, and we're gonna take it from there. But for now, that's it for this update. Thanks much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.